Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel La Fraise. I'm Noémie, I'm a student in costume making in Brussels, and this week I wanted to show you how to sew your perfect sleeve placket on your shirt. I have learned a technique at school which I find works really well, and when I sewed this shirt, which is a Noah shirt, they presented a different technique in the instructions, and so I wanted to make sure that I showed the technique I use to you guys, so that if you want to follow my technique, you can do so, because I think it's a good one. So just to show, this has been cut in the grain, and as you can see in here, it doesn't have any stretch. This has been cut on the bias, which is how you are going to cut your little piece, and I'm going to go very gently because we don't want to stretch it, but look, this has some give because it has been cut on the bias. So this is the element we need to start. So we are going to take our sleeves and we are going to take this. So what I have done, I have put my bias, the one in my pattern here is a bit too long, but have yours the right side, it doesn't matter, I'll trim it afterwards. Have your placket cut on the bias, right side facing you, the shirt wrong side facing you, so you end up having them right side against right side, and you're going to pin on the edges here, you pin edge to edge like this. And as you go towards the middle, obviously the sleeve doesn't really want to stay in this position because it's widely open. As you go towards the middle, you're going to have it go down 5 millimeters, just under 1/4 of an inch. And what we're going to do is we're going to stitch here at 6 millimeters, 1/4 of an inch, straight across, so following this line, 1/4 of an inch, which means we are going to catch just here, just catching this. If you catch too much, you're going to have a pucker. If you don't catch it, you're going to have a hole. So 6 millimeters, 1/4 of an inch, just catch this and keep going. This is the trickiest part. Be careful not to pull on this too much, because if you pull on this, you are going to rip it. So go very gently and sew this one line. Okay, I'm arriving at the corner, so I'm going very nice and gently. I'm holding my fabric. Can see I'm like just catching it. Good job, me. If you've also done a good job, congratulate yourself. And that is a very nice job. Yay! So I hope you do something just as nice. I'm going to trim the excess here, and I'm going to do the other side, and we meet in just a moment. Next up, we're going to go to the iron, and very carefully, because this is still a fragile moment, we're going to press this seam allowance up, like so, so towards the placket. And then I'm going to fold the placket once so that it goes and meet the seam allowance, like so. Let's press it. Okay, so it looks now like this. So on the right side, you can see it has been nicely pressed. And on the wrong side, you can see the seam allowance has been pressed towards the top, and I folded the top over. Now I'm going to fold it on itself, and I'm going to pin this like this. So pinned, it looks a little bit like this. So this is the wrong side, and this is the right side. What I really try to do is having the folded over side fold just on the seam line here. And so what we're going to do now is sew along the edge here, very carefully. Last moment to be careful with that corner. This is so pretty. So what we have now is something that looks a little bit like this, and we are literally almost done. What we are going to do is pinch our placket into like this, and we are going to sew a little diagonal that goes from this corner here at 90 degrees. You can trace it if you need, you can put pins if you need. I'm just going to go ahead and do tiny line here. Make sure you backstitch at the start and at the end, even though it's quite a short line. And that's it. So that little line of stitching looks something like this. And then when you turn your cuff on the right side, so that little placket could fall, you can see, this way or that way. Make sure you turn it the right way around for how your cuff is falling. But yes, look how neat and beautiful. And that is your little sleeve placket done. And that's it, that's as easy as that, and now you have a beautiful sleeve placket on your shirt. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I would like to thank Tony for tipping me a coffee. Thank you so much, Tony. If you like this video, give me a very big like and don't hesitate to subscribe if you want to find your way around here again, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget that you can make anything, including sleeve plackets. Bye!